Mm-hmm. Good evening, good afternoon, Jamie. How are you doing?
Yeah, good. Good. Technology is one of our greatest strengths, isn't it, Jack? Me and you nailing this.
My laptop died this morning, thus I'm on Steve's Mac. I just seem to be switching places or switching equipment for the past couple of weeks. So what can you do, us technology pros?
Yeah, don't even start. I can't even upload a video onto the correct YouTube channel. Let's not start with my abilities on the computer.
Right, guys, we're going to get stuck into the week of the 11th of October. This is the last intense week of this phase before a deload. So it'll be a week of squeezing any dregs. That's a horrible word, isn't it? But squeezing any juice left out of any members for this phase. So we're going to go through the week as usual. Again, kind of keeping perspective of this week is going to be really important, and picking your battles, because like I said, the members are probably going to be pretty flogged after the past 4 weeks. So by picking the battles, they're just going to, squeeze out what they can. Jamie, go on, I'm going to let you kick things off for the first half of the week.
Yeah, so Monday we've just hit a 5 RM the previous week, so we're kind of into the second half of this adjusted Wendola. So we've done the 6, the 4, the 2. Now we've gone back up to the 5. We've seen a lot of people turning their 4 RMs into their 5 RMs, which is fantastic. Now we're hoping to take that 2 RM we got a few weeks ago. Can we turn it into a 3? Maybe even a little bit more weight on there. So it comes on a Monday. It's like first session of the week. Everyone's kind of chomping at the bit. Kind of save the big ones for right at the start of the week here. Workout to follows a little punchy one, little you go I go workout. Little simple thing, like we said, everyone might be quite fatigued. So from a class logistics, pairing people up who have a similar mindset for the workout, not necessarily a similar ability. So if you've got a couple of people that are a bit beat up, maybe they've gone for that back squat and they want to cruise through the workout, get those guys paired up because it is a you go I. If you've got a couple of people who want to smash the doors off of it, then make sure they're paired up. So sometimes it's not similar abilities, it might be similar mindsets, because you don't want that person who's wanting to cruise for the day with the person who's super keen and shouty, because you get the wrong balance of emotion there. So certainly on a Monday, kick off your week well.
Yeah.
Moving in.
That workout's really nice to kind of complement the back squat work, and then, like you say, nice punchy, shouldery workout as well to kind of set yourself up for the rest of the week. Yeah, it's really, really nice Monday to get stuck into there. Go on to Tuesday.
Yeah, moving on to Tuesday. So if we think of Monday and Tuesday as putting together, you, like Jack's already mentioned, you've got to pick your battles. We've dropped the number of minutes on the EMOM down to the 6, but we're looking to hopefully see an increase in the number of reps that we have per minute. So this will be great for a lot of people who are kind of getting to the point where maybe it was their hands were the limiting factor on the muscle ups when we're getting to like that 10 and 12 minute EMOM. So bringing it back down and hanging on for an extra 1 or 2, but having a shorter volume, a shorter amount of minutes is probably easier to manage your hands. Again, try and keep people at the same scales, or if you want to make that jump for some of the members where they've improved their pull-ups and they want to try the chest to bar or maybe do some attempts, again, push people on. This is the opportunity. If people are feeling good in this last week, give them a little bit because they know there's another week coming. So DT wise, that's our workout to finish kind of a big Monday and Tuesday. We've all kind of been there. It's one of those workouts that from a benchmark point of view, you don't do it that often because it sucks. It's really uncomfortable. A lot of people do loads of variations of DT, i.e. 3 rounds heavier, that's easier. 10 rounds lighter, that's easier. This is DTs that 5 rounds at that awkward barbell weight. So you want to just make sure people get in there, get stuck in, have a plan. One of the things I always say to the members is don't do 12 deadlifts if you're going to break it up. Do 11 deadlifts, do your 12th deadlift, get 8 of your hang power cleans, drop it down, last hang power clean, and then unbroken shoulder to overhead. Another little tip for the group is If you're unsure on what weight you should be doing, common feedback, oh, well, the deadlift's going to be easy. It just means you move it a little bit quicker, and then base the weight off of being 6 unbroken shoulder to overhead. So that's how if I'm stood in front of the board and members are asking what weight should we go, it's the unbroken shoulder to overhead will 9 times out of 10 determine what weight you use in the workout. Do you like DT, Jack?
Don't mind a bit of DT. Don't mind it. There was a point I was going to make on that, and obviously we've not done that much barbell cycling recently, but I think with all the tempo work we've been doing, where it's been like lowering the barbell down over the past couple of phases, isometric work, people they will be more efficient at barbell cycling now, just from hitting better positions. So it'd be kind of really interesting to see how people are kind of feeling on that workout. Like I say, just from the increased efficiency. So if people have done it before and they've been following, the plan over the last couple of months, I would expect them to, go quicker in this workout, even without, the barbell cycling that we've not been doing. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see there how people find it. Obviously barbell cycling will be coming in more, not in the next phase, but the one after. So that's just something to be aware of as well. But yeah, it'd be also really cool to see if people can start pushing them reps on the muscle ups or the gymnastics, depending on which variation you've done, like you say, and just you've got that consistency now, you're building it each week. Yeah, so that'll be really interesting for you guys in the gyms to see. Going on to the Wednesday, lower skill intensity. Again, that's going to be after the first 2 days. There's a bit of skill work in. So on the Tuesday, we've got the muscle ups in there. Again, DT is a somewhat complex workout, and then we're going to have obviously the big Monday. Like I say, the lower skill work is really going to just squeeze anything out that people have got left in the tank after them first few days of training. So make sure the focus is on the intensity there. Obviously, the day after, we've got a bit of a recovery day. I'd say that Thursday and the Wednesday can be interchangeable. So if people are feeling quite wrecked after the first couple of days, and again, if your gym kind of likes to alternate what's on the Thursday, swap the Wednesday and the Thursday around there. We've got EMOMs on both days. Again, there's a totally different stimulus that you should be getting from that Wednesday to Thursday as well. The EMOMs on the Wednesday, they're short, they're sharp, the numbers are hard that you should be hitting. Whereas on the Thursday it's more of a mover. Like you should be able to control your heart rate and keep it aerobic. So yeah, that's kind of how you should play the Wednesday, Thursday there. Anything you want to add on that point, Jamie?
Yeah, I agree, Jack. The mindset and how a coach will portray the workout can be hugely important. If you look at the intense ones from the Wednesday, people and members should be choosing a number of calories, a number of reps, and they should be really trying to push their threshold to make that number, versus the 30-minute EMOM on the Thursday. The number is based off of your RPE effort level. So you're doing 45 seconds, you're working at a 6 to 7 out of 10, you're feeling good. In that AMRAP, you're just moving through at a pace that you feel comfortable rather than chasing the pace. So that's the kind of difference between threshold training, where we're looking at improving our fitness in kind of threshold and lactate work, versus the aerobic base stuff, where we're still trying to improve that base level up, but we're not necessarily going searching for numbers. They kind of determine themselves.
Good. On the Friday, we've kept something in from the Compete program, which should be nice. If you've got any JST Compete members at your gym, definitely get those involved there, or again make them aware that is from the Compete plan. Similar to the CrossFit Games workout that we had a month or two ago as well, but just lighter weight, less reps. And then we go from that higher skill version with the heavier thrusters and the wall walks to just shoulder to overhead and bar facing burpees after. So again, you should be able to keep that intensity somewhat high going into the second workout. Be pretty key, I think, on this, just to make people aware of the scales of the weights that they should be going on. Jamie, what would you be kind of looking for or advising members on in particular for these workouts?
So with this kind of workout, it lures you in. Firstly, when you look at the numbers, normally the general consensus is, oh, it doesn't look too hard. How hard could it be? And they're normally the worst ones. So firstly, once you've had that conversation, guiding people into the correct weight for the thruster, you're realistically looking for someone to get there in 2 sets. So that round of 15, do you have the ability to do a 10 and a 5, a 9 and a 6, an 8 and a 7, however you want to skin that cat? But two sets to realistically get there, and that will hopefully bleed across the whole of your workout. The other thing to add is spend time on people's wall walk efficiency. If people are a bit sloppy, keep people to the standards. One of the things that we're quite big on is making sure people kind of train harder than they play. So kind of when you're competing in the open, what you don't want to have done is practice your handstand push-ups with your hands out here, and then the box comes and you can't do one. You just feel a bit of a silly one there. So same thing with the wall walks. It's practicing getting yourself to the line. It's not being horrible to the members. It's just setting the gym accountable. So then it doesn't have the I know we're going off topic, but the grumblings of the rep skipper, the half repper, and those kind of things. It's not the members sometimes, it's the coaches that need to take responsibility and don't need to out people. You need to just have a quiet word with them and let them know that you know how many reps they're doing, and that's probably more than enough for them to make a bit of a change. But yeah, going back to task, 2 sets for the thrusters, break up those wall walks, and then the middle round on any descending rep scheme is miserable, so hang on.
I think people will feel a little bit shocked when they get to them shoulder to overhead, and I did chunky the other week, and people were getting to the shoulder to overhead and they were literally like, oh my god, why are these so hard? I think there'll be a similar feeling on this workout as well. So like you said, you know, on the thrusters, let's make sure we're coming out really fast at that squat, so we're using the shoulders as little as possible. Like you said, with the wall walks, just trying to be as efficient as possible. So really key to get those details across. And like it says in the notes, just the pace on the burpees so that you can really attack that shoulder to overhead, because it's so easy to drop that bar on the shoulder to overhead and just be resting for too long. So yeah, just getting the game plan across to your members will be really important for that day as well. On to the Saturday, and we've got a big Saturday. Heavy triple power snatch to start things. So now the pauses and the tempo works come out. We're starting to, again, build that intensity, but because it's a power snatch, it's also going to cap that intensity a little bit as well. So just again, still dialing in good positions, because remember in the next phase, we want to peak that strength, that raw strength, before we then start to peak the weightlifting work after. So the focus should be good footwork, finishing the pull, get across those essentials on the snatch work. And then after that, we've got pretty cool workouts, similar to the CrossFit Games workout. You know, is it what was it? The triangle, the triplet? What was it? You know, with the pull-up, you rode and then you went into the pull-ups and shoulder to overhead.
Oh, yes. It was called 2007 in the end, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was way out there.
But I don't think they caught, it was the very first games workout, wasn't it? Very first.
Yeah, it was pretty much. Yeah, it was. So similar workout to that as well, which looks pretty fun to be fair. So yeah. Any key things you want to be getting across for that workout or the snatch work in your gym that you'd like to share? Or
yeah, so on the snatches, a couple of things that we've put in the scales. Some people may not do this. Normally You want to go to your closest possible movement that is the same. So on a power snatch, bringing someone's weight down and getting them right. If people are still not quite getting that movement, say the power snatch, people are missing hip contact or they've got a poor start position, think about splitting it up and triaging them. So in the notes, we put down hang power snatch or some snatch grip deadlifts. So I would probably say let's pick two camps of people. The hang power snatch would probably be for the guys who struggle in overhead positioning, because it's just going to simplify the movement down. We can then focus on their footwork. They're not trying to land in the limbo. And that's kind of suited more towards that. It simplifies it. It gets people getting that bar overhead. Now the snatch grip deadlift is going to be based more around people that struggle to kind of stay and maintain positions coming off the floor. So your traditional sitting too low into a squat in your start position on the snatch, or hinged right over. And then as soon as the weight comes off the floor, people's lats are not engaged and strong enough to maintain position. Those would be kind of a good way, because it's a small environment and there's not too much else going on. It's not within a workout. People can then develop some skills. It also, from a coaching kudos point, it makes it look very individualized. So when you've got a group of 20 and some people they're all doing something very similar but not the same, they feel like they're getting that individual programming. So there's a couple of things there to kind of try on the snatch, and you may get some, like, people were nervous lifting off the floor, or people are struggling in that overhead position. They may come away feeling a little bit better. Certainly going into the next phase where we're going to push the intensity up, we need people landing in the right place, as opposed to kind of being a bit sloppy now.
Yeah, I think a big thing when I did the seminar method training a couple of weeks ago, and they don't do that much overhead squatting, and it was just really interesting to see. Like, we did the seminar, people's bar paths were pretty good for the most part. And I was like, you guys actually, your bar path's pretty good. But as soon as they tried to go down into a full squat, they just didn't have that stability, because they've just not done that many, full snatches. So like I say, power snatching is great for dialing in that bar path, because like I say, you've really got to finish your pull. So use that as an opportunity, on the Saturday to focus on that. But yeah, I just thought it was an interesting point to get across, an interesting observation. So
yeah.
And then Sunday, just to
workout on the workout for Sweet 16. Yeah. If you've got your members ideally on the rowing machine, that's where it's originally written. We've put a number in for the bike. Just make people aware of how to be super efficient at their row. Obviously 12 wall balls versus 4 bar muscle ups. If you get someone who is yanking the handle off with their arms, they'll hit their 12 wall balls, and then what you're going to notice is they're going to hang off the pull-up bar and then look at you and smile like there is nothing left. So just getting people through that 1600 meter row in a position to then attack the AMRAP, as opposed to getting through 1600 meters and then feeling like I've got nothing left. So just having that mindset and how you start the workout is going to be really important for your members there. Don't turn up the prodigy while they're on the row. Wait for everyone to get through the row before you play smack your bitch up.
Or play with the minds and put your smack your bitch on first, see what they do.
Yeah, I'm sending it. Unfortunately, that's what happens. I got to train in silence, otherwise I'm a silly boy.
A good way to test people's mental resolve as well, because some people just can't resist.
Oh no, definitely not.
Then the Sunday to wrap things up, got that imbalance work just to start. Again, just keeping some strict pull-up work in there, really important. Just to keep a little bit in throughout these phases when we've kind of already focused on the strength, but good to kind of keep it ticking over, almost see it as maintenance work. And then finally, a good thresholdy workout again, where it's pretty much 2 minutes of work, 1 minute of rest. So get people to just work hard in those 2 minutes and earn that rest in the 3rd minute, as Reggie likes to say. That's his favourite way to work. Earn your rest. That's what he says. So if you want to be like Reggie, work hard, rest hard. anything you want to add on the week as a whole, or the Sunday, or?
I think, not for the Sunday, but that general week, obviously members are going to be tired now if they have been full bore. If we think of the dynamics of the phase and the time of the year, we've got a lot of members that had come back from holiday. They've done 5 weeks on the bounce. So what we're now trying to do is just encourage people through this week and shine the light on them. Maybe from a coaching point of view, tell them that the easier weeks come in, or the reduced volume, you can reduce your intensity, you can take the pressure off your workouts. It's coming, so just hang on for a few more. I was having this conversation with the members yesterday with the workout, which was 30, 20, 10, back squat and toes to bar. And I said about just trying to overcome adversity. It was like, there's always going to be a point in one of the workouts, if you're going hard enough, where you're going to think about slowing down or stopping. How far can you go, or what do you do when that adversity comes? Because a lot of people, and you can see it for like all coaches, you can pick people out and you see the guys and girls that are driven, determined, they just keep going, and you're like, they get to where they want to go. It's a coach's job to spot the people that are stopping just before they needed to. They could have probably done 5 more reps, which was meant that they didn't have to pick it up as much, or hang on to the toaster bar a bit longer, or do a harder scale, a heavier weight. From the coach's point of view, it's trying to identify that and then having a conversation and trying to bring out that intensity in the member, because we all know the results lie in intensity. So we want to make sure that members are maximizing their results via working hard enough. So like you kind of mentioned there, Reggie works really hard to earn his rest. Have you earned taking 10, 15 seconds rest in between your back squats? Okay, yeah, I have. Well, fair enough. Okay, I could have held on. We'll hold on next time.
Yeah, great point. Just like to drop a little teaser for the next phase as well. Again, just to make you guys more aware of the plan going forward. So obviously next week is going to be a 3-rep max, and then we've got a couple of weeks before the 1-rep max comes. Like I said, with the raw strength, that's what we're looking to peak in particular, mainly on the squats. Obviously, we've already peaked it on the strict press in an earlier phase. So expect that kind of in the early part of the next phase, and then towards the end of the phase, expect that shift to go towards the weightlifting side of things. So yeah, just to make you aware on that point. With regards to gymnastics, obviously we've been working on gymnastic capacity with interference of the same muscle group. Expect similar for the next phase, but maybe the volume will probably be a little bit more on the gymnastics front, just to really kind of test people's like capacity of just the gymnastic movement a bit more, which is what we want. So the volume of the gymnastics will creep up slightly in the next phase as well. Plan for like the threshold and aerobic work. We're still going to keep an aerobic session in that can be used as a threshold session as well, maybe. It's important we keep some aerobic work in there. Threshold wise, like I say, that will be staying in, so EMOM formats every 3 minutes doing work, just like we have in this phase. So that's kind of the plan going forward, to give you a very brief guide there as well. So yeah, you'll find out more next week on that when me and Jamie have just finalised the last couple of details. So yeah, good stuff.
Awesome.
Right.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
Catch you soon.
See ya.